3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to Grounds After Rounds.
Welcome, folks.
Hi.
We are starting a clock. 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
This is Khalifa's old AMRAP podcast. I actually he played that really well.
Yeah.
He would intro and then whatever, and then he'd be like, "Okay, I'm meeting with Eric today. Hey, Eric Hoyt-Boner, Fairwinds CrossFit. We're gonna do a 20-minute AMRAP. We're gonna talk about something. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go." And he would hold it to 20 minutes. So we're gonna do a 30 minute talk rap. As many talks. AMTAC. Today's an AMFAP as far as AFAP as far as possible.
No fapping.
No fap. Stop fapping. It's gross. I ate cheese last night. I didn't really eat cheese. I did eat it's a funny story. So Morgan makes dessert. Whenever Sunday nights we usually eat at the Bowers. So Morgan will make desserts often, and they're so good. So she made this coffee cake, and I guess she got it at Trader Joe's though. So she made the coffee cake, and Drew and I are kind of talking, and I thought I heard something. Well, what is it? What's on the crust? Like what's on the top? And I thought she said tater tots, and I go, tater tots? What? And all three of them, Gail, Nicole, and Morgan, just start cracking up laughing, and I was like, okay, so not tater tots. I was saying, if you were able to make tater tots taste like that, wow, like you gotta move somewhere and work in the rent. Like,
no, you need to start a tater tot truck.
Yeah, like that was, truck. And it wasn't. So yeah. It was just really good coffee cake with pumpkin ice cream. So
that sounds good.
Yeah, the Cold Stone Creamery, the South Mountain Creamery that we all get our milk and meat and stuff from each week now. They do ice cream the first week of every month. And so this was an old flavor that the Bowers had eaten, but nobody wanted to eat because I guess Drew classified it as frou-frou. And so, and the rest of them don't really like pumpkin. And I was like, I'll eat it.
It's ice cream.
It was so good. I mean, seriously, it tasted like creamy cold pumpkin pie. Yeah.
I don't love all pumpkin things.
No, I agree.
But ice cream.
It was really very good.
Okay.
Especially on coffee crumb tater tot cake.
I'm gonna need that recipe.
So good.
Gosh, so good.
Yes. So anyway, yeah.
Cool.
God, I gotta look it up now. I had it in my head, but I can't remember it.
What?
My joke.
Your joke?
Yeah.
I feel like this one's not made for TV. Joke. I want to share with you afterwards. It's not horrible. I just I don't want to get dangerous there.
Okay. I have some respect for myself.
Yeah.
Oh, this is it. This is funny because I'm watching Game of Thrones again. Just because I don't know how it's so good though. So good. I'm already into the second season. Stannis just got killed by Renly.
Spoiler alert,
dude! If you haven't seen it, I can't help you.
Yeah,
Renly got killed by the smoke baby Stannis. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
By the
season 1
Red Witch or the Red Woman.
The Red Woman. Melisandre.
Yeah. So anyway, what do you call two birds stuck together?
What? I don't know. What do you call two birds stuck together?
Velcros.
Courtney Roach sent me that one earlier. I was really excited.
Yeah. I think everybody's following Dad Says jokes now. Yeah. Man. So, but I think it's all about the delivery.
It's all in the delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what do you call a dog in a submarine?
Subwoofer. That's right. That was a good one too.
So take that one. Awesome. Maybe I'll save this one when we start our OnlyFans. I mean Patreon account.
Your other one, the behind the scenes.
You have to get get behind the paywall for this one.
That would be worth $1 a month.
Yeah,
because that's about what we'd be able to charge. Actually, it's cool to see on Anchor. There's some episodes that we get like 100, 130, 140. Sometimes we get 60, but no 70. I don't. Anyway, they do the little. Based on your listening profile.
Oh, you could make $5 if you.
They do that, but they also we have an average 78 listeners.
Nice.
Like we have that followers, or you know what I mean? Like you don't have followers on Anchor, but yeah, it tells you. And so that's still pretty good. We only have 50, 60 people in the gym. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's people listening.
There's people
don't
listening.
come to the gym.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
So
we miss you on the creek.
Yeah. Or we don't know that you exist. Let us know that you exist.
Leave a review.
I'm talking to the people inside there. I haven't talked to the people in here in a while. So anyway, cool. All right, today Open's right around the corner.
Yes, it is. I was in the shower doing that. This would have been the open week.
Yeah.
So this would have usually been the start. So we are 2 weeks away.
The 18th was supposed to be the. What's today?
Well, and it's late. So the open is going a week longer than it normally does, or a week later than it normally does. So it would have started. We'd be in the first week right now.
Yeah.
Based on previous years.
Yeah.
That made me a little nauseous. Like I was a little like.
So you threw up in the shower?
A little bit. I was a little bit like, oh God, I'm not ready. But are you ever ready for the
I'm
open?
picturing one of my favorite gifs from Arrested Development when Tobias, played by David Cross, is sitting down in the shower, sobbing, like holding the sponge in his jorts because he's a never nude. If you don't know what that means, you need to watch Arrested Development. But I'm picturing you.
That's me.
In that.
Yeah. I do math sometimes I do math on the steam because we have a glass door. So sometimes like I'll do like, how many reps a second do I have to do to whatever? You know what I mean?
That's funny because I make little footprints on the steam.
Yeah, it's like my best thinking in the shower.
Yeah. I just like to make it look like a baby walked up the glass. That's what I like to do.
That's kind of funny.
Anyway.
How to get up here? Like the baby from Ally McBeal.
Yeah.
The little dancing baby.
Little dancing baby. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right, but that's not what we're talking about today.
Yeah. Today is going into the CrossFit Open.
Man, we are shaking this camera like crazy because
moving around a lot.
Yeah.
So a little CrossFit Open word association.
$25,000 pyramid. The Open.
Yeah, the Open. We'll just edit those in later, like we always do. So, anyway,
get our graphics team on that one.
Yeah, right. Where are they, by the way? Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna do a little word association, and we are going to. Oh, it's not loud enough either. Okay, good. And so we're going to take words that are somehow related to CrossFit. I'm going to throw out a word.
Yes.
And you're going to give me a one-word answer, and then we can maybe even like elaborate on it a little bit more.
I love it. Yeah.
Cool. So one word. And so.
Let's do this. If my word, you feel it would have been the right answer, then bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do 3 tries.
We'll do that.
If I get it in 3 tries, awesome. We can expand. If I don't.
So if you don't get it, you get a big.
Okay.
And maybe if you do get it,
oh.
Got it. No, we'll find something.
We have like a bing bing.
There's gotta be. Anyway. Good. Ready? Oh, we can just do this.
Okay.
Yeah. Round of applause.
Not sure how that comes across on.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
So anyway,
here we go.
All right. First word, we already kind of talked about this and had a chance for you to think about it. Dave Castro.
Cornrows.
Right, that's the first thing I think of. Yep, first thing I think of. Well done. I think of Dave Castro in his cornrows.
So he was either in an interview or something. He talked about it, and he was turning 40 that year. So he was still 39, and he said somebody had said, "No, you need to do cornrows with your hair," and he was like, "That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard."
Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
And then he like thought about it, and he goes, "You know what? I will never do them, and I'm almost 40, and I definitely won't do them when I turn." So he did them, and that's why he did it. And I was like, "Oh, I can buy that."
I almost did them once just because, like, I grew my hair out for a year.
Yeah.
And this girl I worked with was like, "You should cornrow your hair." And I was like, "Would you do it?" She's like, "Absolutely, I would, but it's going to take a long time and it's going to be very uncomfortable."
Oh my God, no.
And she's like, "But you're going to look amazing." And I almost did it. And I think
gonna look amazing. How does that look amazing? That's my question. Of like it's silly.
Is it? Maybe on me it is. I don't know.
No, I just think on anyone, I think
Yeah.
it looks silly.
I don't know. Allen Iverson made it. Allen Iverson started doing cornrows, and then everyone had cornrows.
I guess.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson just looked awesome. I mean, he was just a badass.
Oh, he was tatted
yeah.
up.
Yeah, he could pretty much do whatever he wanted.
Cornrows.
He just drive.
Well, he kind of did. I mean, he hit a
Yeah.
pregnant one with a chair. So,
Okay. Yeah.
so anyway.
We don't want to bring Allen Iverson
Yeah.
into the conversation.
So
He's still healing.
yeah, I think he's turned a
His
corner.
whole
I think he's turned a corner.
Soul is healing.
He was young and dumb back then.
That's right.
He's turned a corner.
So,
But,
yeah, Senor Castro and his magical mind of pain and misery are.
He's an evil genius.
He is. I read the book. I finished the Programming the Games book. It's good.
Yeah.
It's not a book. I mean, it truly is just his journal during the season. There's
I'm intrigued by reading that, but also like, I don't even know if I care that much.
I skipped a lot of like the team stuff because
Yeah.
I didn't really care. It was very intriguing to hear like the testing process and like how like knowing what that 2223, the rope climb, skier overhead squat ended up being in the games and how it played out, and then listening, watching, reading his journey to get to the final version of it, and then once he had it, watching just the little tweaks that made it what it was at the games, and watching Noah Olsen just implode on that thing.
Yeah, I would almost rather see a documentary of him getting
if
there.
They turned, I think that's actually not a bad idea. If they turned that book into a documentary with like little vignettes and then like chopped in, like if they had scenes from Yarrow and the testing site, then that would be an amazing movie.
That'd be really cool
because
to see.
Yes, it reads more like a documentary.
Yeah,
he's a fine writer, right? Like
plus I don't have to read.
But it's and he says it at the very beginning. Like he says, "This is what this book is. If that doesn't interest you, you should just stop now."
Yeah.
And so there's no illusions. That's why I'm like, there's nothing. It is a 100%. If you are not a CrossFit nerd, don't bother.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be interested in it.
Yeah. It sounds like a book that, because there's not necessarily like an arc to it, it's one of those books that I'll start reading, I'll put down, I'll come back to it later.
There's an arc to it. There's an arc to it if you appreciate, if you like, where the end is because it was that year's games.
That year's games.
It was the 17 games.
Okay.
And what the there is a bit of an arc to it.
We'll be into it.
But not because it's not fiction.
Right.
So it's not like a 3-act or.
There's no infinity gauntlet at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
There's no snapping.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool. My next one. Ready? Thruster.
Vomit.
Is usually what gets you there? Is it usually a thruster workout that gets you vomiting?
100%. I will say the push jerk workout we did at the level 2 yesterday, push jerks and B-ups was vomity.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was brutal. It was 135 pounds. You went 21, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 push jerks, B-ups. 135, 95.
See, when I took mine, it was the first day was a pistol, and I think it was like a pistol and push press workout.
Or first day or second day?
So I think it was the first day was that.
First day is usually the heavy day. Because you learn about how to coach a heavy day.
Then maybe it was, because the other one was a heavy day, so maybe it was kind of mixed up. So maybe the second day was a pistol, shoulder to overhead. I think it was particularly push press.
Yeah.
The other day was a heavy day, working up to a heavy
Which you might be right. Maybe they mix that up, right? They can totally mix. But it is written in the manual. Who knows? I know.
It was 3-4 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. All right, cool. So I'll give you an applause. Yeah, good one. Yeah, I think I would have
vomitus.
Yeah. Okay, cool. My next one I'm going to throw out there. I'm just going to say the word erg.
I want to say something like tall people, or like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck you, tall people.
Oh, well, you know what? Wrong answer. Say, you're welcome, tall people, I think is what you
maybe that's say. That is true. Yes.
Except there's not going to be an erg this year.
No.
So that's why I threw that in there, because like, with this year's, does that change?
Yeah. We were talking a little about this weekend. I think there's enough ways, coming back to Mr. Castro, I think he has enough ways to test the
Capacity.
CrossFit population
Yeah.
to test capacity within 3 weeks with what was said, because we don't know how much weight we're going to need,
Yeah.
but I'd guess up to 225. I think he actually did say like you should be able to build a bar to do every named workout or benchmark workout or something
Right.
like that. I forget. So you need a bar and at least 225 if you're a guy, 155 if you're
Right.
a woman. So my guess is even with that weight, he can do a lot in the first 3 weeks to get the results that the open normally gets. Because if you traditionally look, it doesn't get heavy until week 3, week 4.
Yeah.
Because then there's the semifinals.
Yeah.
Quarterfinals. There's the quarterfinals, the online weekend.
Yeah.
So
That's the next 2
right,
weeks.
whatever, how many are going for each region. I think it's 10%, top 10% for each region,
Right.
top 10% for masters, top 10% for the age groups.
Age groups. Yeah.
So I think that weekend then, and they said, then you're going to need to be at an affiliate.
Yeah.
Now they can get heavy. Now you can do high-end gymnastics. Now we can do that.
That's what I think. If anyone's expecting like a heavy, like in past where it's like work up to a heavy, blah,
Right.
blah, blah. Like, I don't think you're going to see that. In these
I just think it's
first
fun for us semi-mediocre athletes who have had visions of like, oh, I want to make it to the next level. We make it to the next level now, right? Like you can have like next weekend, which will be kind of fun.
Yeah.
And
That'll be
the
cool.
rest who really only ended up doing 3 of the 5 weeks anyway, statistically speaking, like most people didn't.
Most people burned out after 3.
Right.
Yeah.
This is still the most effective change I think they've made to the Open in a long time, since the 11 to 12, when they got rid of that extra week and streamlined the online process. And
Cool.
Yeah.
Good one. So originally not a right answer, but you recovered nicely.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Well done.
Totally violated the $25,000 pyramid rules, but there you go.
It's okay. We'll take it out of
my pay, my winnings.
Like yeah.
All right.
Yeah, or lack thereof. You'll probably owe us at the end of the year or end of the show. All right.
It's just like taxes.
Repeat.
Progress.
I like it. Yeah.
So that's the level 2. That how do you? One of the questions. Thank you. How do you? That was like such a conditioned response. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You want me to just have this playing, like going when you're coaching?
Whenever, yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Did you demo movement?
No, I just need Kelly standing in the corner complimenting my hair nonstop. She was just like, "Your hair. Look at your hair." And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "It's just so like." You look like you're in a shampoo commercial for distinguished gentlemen.
Wow.
I know. I was like, Kelly, thank you so much.
I'm going to say she was a no-show. She reserved a spot on Saturday and didn't show up, and now I'm really upset that she didn't because I could have used that.
She probably would have complimented yours too. She does. She is a very good complimenter.
Luis did. Luis complimented my hair, which is
he's
good.
also a very good complimenter.
Because
well, they hang out together. They're friends. There you go. That makes sense.
Tim and Sharon.
Yes.
Couple,
yeah.
They came on Saturday.
Nice.
I said, hey, we're going to go around the room and say rooms, and I need everyone to, let's see, what's the icebreaker? Name a body part or name a physical feature of me that you like. And Luis went, your hair. And I was like,
you can stay.
I had a hat on too, and he still went for it. So anyway, repeats. Progress.
Yes, progress at level 2. In the final, one of the final, you're talking about like the programming and how programming is kind of important, but it's not that important. What's important is coaching to high intensity and consistency of attendance and just getting continuing. And then in the programming, that the programming is constantly varied and drives towards high intensity, and you observe it, measure it, and repeat it, because that's the only way that I can tell you if in 6 months you come to me and say, hey, is this working? Or you ask me before you even start, how will I know it's working?
Right.
What will change? Will my body change? Will my clothes? And it's like, form follows function, right? The aesthetic changes are kind of inevitable if you follow the program and the methodology. Yeah. But if you chase the aesthetics, you might not get the results you're actually looking for. Yeah. Form follows function, and we test function with repeatable workouts.
Right.
And that's it. Like your improved work capacity across broad times and modal domains only comes if you record and repeat. And so that's progress. Yeah. That is the repeating workouts lets you know if what you're doing is working.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's what my answer is.
Cool. So for those new to the Open, there's a repeat every
There's
year.
always a repeat.
There's always a repeat.
Because that's the methodology.
Which I'm curious with a 3 week, like, does he throw a repeat in with only 3 weeks?
Which one would it be? So you have the pull-up bar.
Mm-hmm.
It could probably be the dumbbell. Was that a double dumbbell thruster? It was dubs. It was the 20-minute AMRAP, rounds for time. As many rounds in 20 minutes of the double dumbbell squats, double unders, and toes to bar, or double dumbbell thrusters. I think like 4, 8, 35, something like that.
Something
4,
like that.
12, 35.
Something like that. Yeah.
I forget the rep scheme. And you watch, like, I can still see BKG just like accelerating.
Because it was just
30 plus rounds.
Yeah, like if you're conditioned, there's no reason for you to stop.
Right. They went like 28, 29, 30 rounds. I think he may have got 31 or 32. It was insane. So
that one's very.
But it's only a single dumbbell. On the equipment list was 1 dumbbell.
Oh,
not 2.
I got you.
So I was trying to think. So the box jump, and I think a
dumbbell
box.
snatch
box.
Box
the box on the
dumbbell snatch burpee box jump.
Yeah.
Was a box on there? I feel like
I don't know.
I don't know if it was.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. Man, we should have done our research. Anyway, I guess we'll find out.
Why start now?
Yeah. Anyway.
Preparing? Nah.
There you go. Cool. Awesome. All right.
10 minutes. 9
minutes.
9 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay, cool. Next word. WAD announcements.
That's 2 words.
Announcements. I guess that inevitably gets a.
That's what they always do. Like, I always am. I'm doing them Thursday nights this year again. Yeah, I think the
boys said they might do it.
They're gonna do it with me, and I got Andy to maybe do one too. So maybe it's low stakes.
Yeah.
Right. It's some of the time I've never done the best on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Which might not actually be true. I think 19.5. I did better on that than I don't even.
19.5 was that the
thrusters and chest to bars.
Yeah.
The
Franish
horrible
one,
but super long and 20-minute time cap. We just redid it.
Yeah.
And I did better.
You did better.
That's cool. But it hurt even worse. Like that. I never redid it the time before.
I remember that.
And so I like the Thursday really low stakes because
if anything, even if you don't give it your all, you get a feel for what you need to do to give it your all.
Exactly. And I do give it my all.
Yeah.
But I'm less concerned about trying to go to a certain place.
Yeah.
And I get there anyway.
Yeah.
And so that's what I like about doing it on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Just have to shift the week around a little bit.
Yeah.
For 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's only 3 weeks this time.
It's only 3 weeks.
5.
Yeah. So I might jump back in those next year. We'll see what the sleeping situations like. Anyway. So yeah, I'm probably out for those Thursday nights, but I might be watching them quietly if you decide to record. Well, yeah, I think one of the boys told me they're like, yeah, we can't be your camera crew this year because we're gonna do them.
Yeah,
like,
we'll figure out. We'll get somebody.
So it'll be cool. I'm excited. Are you excited about the ones they're gonna broadcast again?
Oh yeah, and already right? They got Woodland back doing that. The show, the threes, the triplets, something like that.
Yeah,
I didn't get any. I didn't know what that was. Like I watched it, was funny.
I remember saw it. I was like,
but,
cool, it's back, but
like there was no sort of like we're reintroducing the like it's just sort of they're doing a lot of like not ready for prime time stuff. I kind of like it. I think it's cool. I'm in.
It's natural. It's like it's very relatable. Like it's just you're doing what you can. Yeah, it's cool. Very cool.
Have you been listening to the Saman, Matt, Josh podcast, the Bridges, Frazier, and
I caught no. Short answer, no, not really.
It's enjoyable, but it's bad.
Yeah, I remember. Like I listened to it for like 10 minutes.
And the only reason I say bad again, it is not bad for who I think they think their audience is.
Right.
For who their audience is, they're awesome. It's absolutely awesome. I just don't know where it goes.
I love hearing them like rag on each other, which is fun, but like
that's what I mean. Like that gets a little old kind of quickly, just because also their technology difficult. Like they talk over each other, and there's so all of that aside, it is awesome. Like
Yeah.
I'm Matt and I listen to it every time the new one comes out. It's enjoyable. Based on what Savan has done in the past, his CrossFit podcast had legs because yes, it was a CrossFit centric themes, but he is such a good interviewer
I missed that
that
podcast.
he would take it in places. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so that's what I'm missing. That either it's Josh and they don't prep or enough, or I don't, you know what I
It
mean?
does
Like,
feel like kind of very off the cuff.
right.
Like,
They
kind
haven't
of
really
like,
gotten their vibe, or they're like, it's a lot of just uh, Josh Bridges and Matt Frazier kind of telling their backstories or their experiences.
yeah.
And they're awesome guys. And I'm intrigued, but at some point that's gonna atrophy. They're gonna
Yeah.
run out of stuff if they don't have some sort of direction or bring in a guest or something, which maybe they will, because
Yeah.
they're really smart dudes and pretty good professionals. So all that to say, it's enjoyable. I recommend it. But like Castro's book, if you're not really interested in like very nerd CrossFit centric stuff,
Yeah.
you're going to be bored pretty quickly.
Yeah. And who, like, does Savan, like, is he the host? Because
No.
I didn't get the vibe that was like, if anyone's a host, like maybe it's Josh Bridges, but there's not really a host.
No, there's
They're
not.
just
They're
three.
really, yeah. It's just the three of them just dialing in, and yeah.
Hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Let's talk about this today.
Which, in a sense, like I kind of would like to know. I think they talked about that a little bit, of like how it kind of materialized.
Yeah.
But I think what it was is they had a text back and forth between the three of them.
Yeah.
And then they did a phone call, and Savan went, "Hey, what? Would you guys mind if I just record this?"
Yeah.
And he just started recording the phone call. And
But that's he saying like that's
the
how
first
the birth
episode
of it. That's
Yeah.
funny. That's cool. I should do that with more of my phone calls. Yeah, that must be just me and my mom. I think she's the only one I actually like talk to on the phone. Otherwise, I'm like,
you cry.
Text me. No, mom cries.
Oh, your mom cries.
She cries.
Oh, all right.
Ever since her stroke, she cries at the drop of a hat.
Oh, jeez, Eric. Okay. We got 3.5 minutes.
Okay.
Last one.
Last one.
Don't hurt yourself.
It's sort of two words, but it's you can't do one without the other. So I'm just gonna break the rules because I made them.
Yeah.
First place.
Disappointing.
Ooh, how so?
That actually came out in some of the same podcast of like, if you're always chasing first place, like if that's your whole goal is to get to first place
in the Open or just in
anything.
Yeah.
When you get there, you're like, that's it. This is it. It's never what you think it is. There is no finish line, my friend. There's no goalpost. There's no gold medal. If you're not in it for the grind, for the process, for the long haul, for the suffering, there's your Shanny boy. If you're not in it for the journey, there will be no amount of accolades or standing on top of a podium that will be worth it. It will always be disappointing.
So I'm going to give you this first because that's not where I was going, but I am going to give you this because it went in a much better direction. Okay, cool. Like, what a good way to end that off. My thought was like, hey, Matt Frazier's out. Let's go like the age-old question now of like, who do you think is going to win the Open, guys and gals?
I don't know about the Open because of the different format. You know what I mean? Like, and I really don't think. I think even more so than in years past, the Open really doesn't matter for those top. It really is that first gate.
You just need to get into the
right. It looks a lot, and rightfully so. I think more legitimately so. It looks more like a Olympic swimming meet or something, or like where the first 3 or 4 heats you don't want to go all out.
Right.
Like, you don't want to set your world record in the second heat.
I feel like because now since it's based on a percentage as opposed to
you
top 20.
You only have to make the top 10%.
Just get
then when you get to semifinals, then you need to, or the quarterfinals, then you need to make it to a regional. And then when you make it to the regional, like, then it's game time, right? Because then they're taking. But that sets up for a very deliberate season for these athletes, which I think is extremely beneficial for them athletically, but also for the sport. And it's still in line with CrossFit's, right? Like, they can't just wait to get to that level for the semi. Like, they've got to be progressing and staying constantly varied functional fitness, high intensity along the whole way. Yeah. Because otherwise they'll get to the regionals and semifinals and it won't, you know what I mean? They won't deliver.
Yeah.
So I think it just doesn't matter. I think that, and then more existentially, my response about the
Doesn't matter.
first place,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna ask you who you think is gonna win the games because I think
Oh,
it's so wide open, but I think from like a stubbornness standpoint, I don't want to play that game because everyone's already playing that game as soon as Matt announces retirement.
I think so. I think it's fun. I mean, I think one of the things I heard Marquez or Sean Woodman say was, we know who the players are.
Right.
I don't think we're going to be surprised by like where'd this guy come from?
Yeah.
I think there will be some like, wow, that was exciting, but I think it's going to be
because I feel like there was
what's
like
his
I feel like there was
Noah
about
Olsen
3 to
or,
5 just under Matt that any one of those 5,
yeah,
like Fraser was in a league of his own.
switch the workouts around a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, and I am really curious to see, like, does Toomey repeat, or is this shifted focus in, because she's not like, because
She's going to repeat.
you think so?
Yeah.
I'm really curious as to, because like how much has her focus shifted because she's doing the bobsled thing? Is it really any different though? Or is she like,
she's so dominant over the rest of that field.
yeah,
She's got a very big buffer.
Kara Saunders has now gotten a full 1.5 year training back.
Which
under
maybe
her.
she makes a run at her, but I just think Toomey has. I think what we never saw was her at her potential.
Yeah.
When she was still like in the mix with people.
Yeah.
We got to see a glimpse of her potential last year. And it's still
Just went away with
and it's
it.
still not done.
Yeah.
I think she could be even more dominant than Fraser was.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
she's always moved well.
Yeah.
But now she just is like she's tasted it.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
she's so impressive and she's just really cool.
Yeah.
And so no, I think barring an injury, I think she repeats,
Yeah.
5 peats.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's
I feel like that group underneath her though for second and third is a bigger group.
yeah, you got Amanda
the mix.
Barnhart in there. You got Carrie Pierce. I think Katrin still has a year or 2 left. But yeah, then we'll save all this to post regionals,
Yeah,
post
yeah,
semifinals.
Save all that.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Good stuff.
What's your gratitude?
My gratitude this week, it's whatever, it's not silly, it's my gratitude, is I think Disney Plus is killing it right
Oh
now.
crap,
'Cause
right?
can I say, first of all, WandaVision,
Wow.
I am in love with WandaVision. I love where it's going.
Yeah. I haven't watched this week's
I will
yet.
say nothing.
Yeah. Which, by the way, people, that is a valid request for not a spoiler alert. It only came out on Friday.
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
If you get upset that I spoil a show that has been out for greater than 2 years, that's your fault, not mine.
Boom. Yep. Well,
And
Game
back
of Thrones
at
has
it.
been like 10 years.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyway, yeah, like WandaVision is just, I love how it's setting up for the next phase of Marvel. I love watching people like geek out online about like
What's
Easter eggs
happening?
and fan theories
Yeah,
and blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. And I think some are totally off. I think some are just like, they see like, I mean, the number 4 showed up in the background on a dry erase board. And everyone's like, that means the Fantastic Four is coming. I was like, I don't think that's, I think that.
Who knows, though? I mean, maybe.
But watching like the people that I guarantee you, people are watching this show like
It's frame by frame.
nothing there. Nothing.
Well, that's
there.
sort of like the beginning, or that's sort of like the Ready Player One world,
Yeah.
right? Where did you watch that
Yeah.
or read that book?
Yeah. I didn't read the book. I mean, yeah, watched the movie.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. But between that and 5 seasons of the original Muppet Show
Oh, I haven't
is
seen
on
that. I
there.
didn't know they were in
It's
that.
so good. Like, and I'm so excited because I mean, obviously, like, yeah, it's so good. And like, Meg had never seen it,
Oh,
and
really?
so she's like, "Oh, see, like we watched a couple episodes in bed the other night. I was like, can we please watch this together?" And it's so great because like the guests on there, there are people you don't hear about because it was back in like the first episode aired in like '76.
Oh wow, yeah.
And so watching that, and she goes, "Oh, that was cool." And it's something that I think we could totally watch with Fee. But
Yeah.
it's just a variety. It's a variety show, like quick humor, a bunch of one-liners, and just like running gags. It was so funny.
Fozzie's
And
hilarious, man.
Fozzie's so funny. And if I can like, if you're not sure, all I can say is if you can like find like whether you go on Disney Plus and like find the episode with Harry Belafonte as the guest, or at least just find when he performs the Banana Boat song
I think I remember
on the
it.
show, and like Fozzie keeps interrupting him, but he built it's so good. It's like so funny.
Oh,
But
Harry
Harry
Belafonte.
Belafonte.
I'm thinking of somebody. I'm thinking of
Harry Belafonte.
the Louisiana guy. I can't think of it. He was an actor too. Anyway, keep going.
Anyway,
Keep going.
but you know the song
Harry
the
Connick Jr.
daylight
Harry Connick Jr.
come and me one go home, and
Yeah.
watching him perform that, A, like his voice is just so good, but B, like watching that unfold is it's so good, and it's so Muppets, right? But I love the Muppets, and I love.
So is it Disney
easily
Plus or is it the Muppets that you actually are grateful for?
Well, Disney Plus because
I just messaged-
WandaVision's
I know.
going, and then they put the Muppets on. So anyway, yeah. So
Spent a lot of
that's
time on the Muppets there.
oh man, but the thing I like about WandaVision 2 and the Muppets are like 25 to 30-minute episodes, so they're quick.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've totally watched every episode of WandaVision before I come and train Joy on Friday mornings. Like, I've gotten up early to watch it
that's
because
what
like
you
I need to know what happens.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I save them a little bit. I'll probably watch it today, this
I
afternoon.
can't save
while
them
hanging out.
because I don't know when. Because if I save them, I don't know when I'll be able to watch it.
Very
So,
true.
Anyway,
Very true.
so I'm already up anyway. Cool. Anyway.
Mine was our girl Shelly. I did the level 2 with her this weekend,
Yeah.
and that was really enjoyable. Most of the time, so the first time I did my level 1, I did by myself. The first time I did my level 2, I did by myself.
Yeah.
When I did the level 1, I got a chance to do it with Brad and Nick and Nick's
Mhm.
wife, and Fern was one of the instructors, and so
Yeah.
it was just a really cool doing it with somebody else. And then this was the same. It was much more enjoyable doing it with Shelly. Amy had a conflict, so she had a shift to a different time or a different weekend when she'll be able to do it. But it was it makes it more. I think I appreciate it more because you actually can like reflect back, and the car ride. It's the car ride there and the car ride back.
Someone
Do you know what I mean? Yes, you can
prep for and then
Yep, you can decompress on the way, and then and so that's and
like debrief on
yeah,
too.
exactly, and it's still fresh in your mind and stuff, and
Yeah.
so Shelly was really fun to do that with, and I was really appreciative for her. Where it could have easily been we put on a podcast and just talk,
yeah,
you know, but that knowing that never would have happened.
yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like it could have been with something like that and it wasn't. And so I was really grateful that I got a chance to do it with her this weekend.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll say like I took the level 1 with Shandy, and like that's the only cert I've taken not by myself.
Yeah.
Outside of the
The
gymnastics cert.
but we didn't get to finish.
We didn't get it finished, but so much of the conversation was because we were discussing closing doors. We didn't really get to talk about the cert.
Yeah.
Because our minds were elsewhere. And so
the beginning of the end.
Yeah. And yet the beginning of the beginning.
Yeah. Here we are.
Oh, look at us. Stronger than ever. Anyway. Cool. Awesome.
All right, man.
Hey.
It was fun.
It was always fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Same time next week?
But yes.
For you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
Can I also say I totally forgot. iTunes, Spotify, this is also on Google Play. I totally forgot.
We're on Google Play now?
We've been on Google Play. I totally forgot when I originally set this up. We're on Google Play.
But we're on Spotify too?
Yeah.
Our anchor goes to all three?
I'm 100%. I'm 95% sure it's on Spotify.
Okay.
100% it's on iTunes.
Yeah.
And I forgot that I had set up for Google Play too, because it goes on Google Play.
Oh.
Because that's what Courtney Roach
Well,
listens
there
to
you
it on.
go.
So hey, if someone's like, I don't have iTunes, how do I listen to it?
Google Play.
Google Play. Enjoy. Cool.
See you on the creek.
Boop, boop, boop.